why the ending was so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Hello everybody, welcome to the Whiskey Reaper channel. I am the Reaper, and today is going to be a special segment for each and every one of you. I think this is something that many of you should really tune in for. I think I've seen a lot of people really not being themselves. I think, we can start off by saying that for this show, I'm going to say prayers to the one player in the football league, the National Football League, in the football team called Buffalo Bills. Yesterday, something very horrible happened yesterday, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this. Here in America, there's a football league, a National Football League here in America. We play a sport that is very much, very competitive, very physical, and it's a very dangerous sport. So yesterday, you know what? Something horrible happened in the field. Why am I not playing music in the background? Because this is going to be some different kind of stream that I think many of you in America need to listen to. You know what? I am a little bit I'm a little bit shocked, not initially by the things that that I saw yesterday, but maybe, just maybe, certain things that I will be speaking to you guys about. I'm going to tell you a little bit of my background. I know many of you have always asked me what it is. Like, why is it that he doesn't share much of his background? Because I feel social media is, I tell you this right now, social media is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Years go by and people go back to, certain videos. People go back to certain content. It just happens that we are all living in 2023 now. Has it started a little bit rocky? I'll tell you this. It started very, very odd. And for me to tell you guys, I will say this again, prayers to the player in the Buffalo Bills. Horrible to see. I know he's still in the hospital right now in critical condition. And, it's just, I hope you all really tuned in to what happened yesterday. I see each and every one of you. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Now, this is going to be huge. Okay, this is going to be a little bit different. You guys can always send super chats, but I'm not going to put that on the board. For this segment, I'm going to get into it with you guys, and I want to really make you guys understand where my mind is about all of this that we have seen. Okay, now, for all of you wondering, is this all about the thumbnail? Yes, it is about the thumbnail, and many of you, if you've seen already the thumbnail over here, you have seen my thumbnail. It says, what is this new American mindset we are seeing in 2023? You know what? I can tell you off the bat, there's a reason why I'm wearing my hockey jersey. There's a reason why I have the flag in back of me. There's a reason also why that I have the military jerseys. I only have military jerseys. There's a reason why I speak the way I speak, and there's certain time that I speak when I speak. I'm speaking today about this because this all happened yesterday. And let me just give you a little brief thing about me. For all of you wondering, everybody's been asking me, like, what is this, man? Does this guy drink all the time? I'm drinking water, ladies and gentlemen. I'm drinking water. I have to make sure that I can clear my voice enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, I have been through a lot of stuff. I have seen a lot of stuff that I'm pretty sure many of you have maybe not seen. I've seen a lot of stuff that maybe some athletes have also seen. Is this all about the cancel culture that we're talking about right now? Yes, we're actually going to be talking about that in this stream. Okay, so for all of you watching, I want you to do one thing so that it advises other people to know that I'm actually live right now. I did not put commercials on this stream either. I want you guys to know, please, if you can, hit the thumbs up button. It does help out a lot. I'm not putting no music on this. I want you guys to hear me very closely, and this is going to be for the new generation that we have, because there's a lot of youngsters that are part of this new generation, and I have only seen it, and I haven't really experienced it quite like I experienced it yesterday. I saw it, and to me, it was wow. It was something I just haven't seen this ever in my life. So you know what? We're going to go down to it. We got about 20-something people here watching. I think that is enough to say a couple things that I can tell you about myself. I can tell you, I think all of you already know that as a kid, I've always been an athlete. I always played sports. So some of the things that I've seen, I think aren't really normal to this day. If this generation was to see any of the things that they see nowadays, I don't think they would be able to handle it. Now, this is actually when I was a kid. I'm talking about when I was a kid. I have seen a lot of horrible things in the field. I have also got hit a lot, very, very hard. We're talking about baseball. I've been playing football too, but baseball was one of my biggest sports. Okay, and I will say for all of you, there's gonna be a big one over here. Okay, there's gonna be a big stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something about 25 people watching. Thank you for watching. Look, okay, I have seen a lot of things as a kid. Okay, just as a kid. I'm an adult now, and it's just, let's go back to a kid. I want to tell you that I've seen horrible stuff in the baseball field. Okay, I've seen horrible stuff in the baseball field. Stuff that really, stops games. Ambulances come out. Helicopters come out. We've seen stuff that has been pretty damn bad. I had to watch a movie just now to calm my nerves a little bit because I do have a little bit of, how can I say? You'll see what I'm talking about. But to start, when I was a kid, there's a lot of things I have seen horrible, okay? Very, very much horrible. I have seen other kids get into comas. I have seen almost really everything on the baseball field. I don't think there's one thing I haven't seen in the baseball field and in the football field. Okay, I don't think there has been one thing. There hasn't been one thing that I haven't seen. Let me just tell you guys also, I have had active guns on me. I have had a lot of guns faced towards me, literally loaded guns, many, many guns on me, maybe more than 10 aimed straight at me. Okay, that's another thing I want to let you guys know. Also, I'm going to repeat this again. Okay, I, myself, okay, listen to what I'm trying to tell you guys. I want you guys, because I'm seeing some comments here. I see some comments. I want you guys to know I have been in situations that have been a little bit harsh. I have also stopped. Okay, I have stopped someone from knifing and killing other people, and even killing, himself. I have stopped. Okay, I have been in situations that have been like this, and could I have eliminated him there? That wasn't the point. The point was that he had a knife on him, and I had to make sure that I had to hold him down, and it wasn't a good scenario. Have I seen a lot of stuff? Yes. I've also heard a lot of stuff from friends. I have heard many, many stuff that I can picture it in my head. For all of you wondering, okay, today we're also going to be talking about yesterday. What happened yesterday? Yes, somebody was on the field, but have I seen stretchers come out? Yes, I have seen that. Is it normal? That is not normal to anybody, but there's different generations that we have, and I think this generation is a little bit different than the generations before me, and also the generation that I grew up in, because it was never, ever really, really like this. This whole cancel culture is really, I think, I saw it yesterday, and to me, I could not believe the things that I was seeing, and we're going to be getting to that now. Okay, man, I'm just telling you, I think all of us have seen on TV also, we have all seen stretchers come out in an active game. We have seen throughout the decades in football games, and also whatever sport you watch on TV, we have seen many stretchers come out, stop the game for maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes. We have seen it before in the 90s, in the early 2000s, even a couple years ago. We've also seen it. Also, we have seen it recently in last, I think it was last month. We also seen it with one of the football players, which is in Miami Dolphins. He ended up getting a coma, and he ended up, you could see him on the field moving his hands because he was completely out of it. Now, did we see this on TV? Yes, we did. Did he get stretched out in a stretcher? Yes. Is it the same? Well, we can't officially say it's the same because there was one cardiac arrest yesterday on the field. It's a little bit different. A little bit different. But I will tell you, it is a tragedy regardless. It is a tragedy no matter what. But you know what? We have now we have close to 30 people. It's good that we have close to 30 people because I need to make sure that you guys understand some of the things that are going on. And, I don't want other people to change anything. I don't want other people to really misinterpret anything that goes on. So am I born here in America? Yes, 100% born here in America. Am I born here in Florida? Yes, 100% born here in Florida. Stuff that happens in other countries, that is normal. Okay, if some people usually, when they see stuff like that, certain countries around the world, that is normal, and they just walk away and they do their thing. Now, I will say we are living in America, and the game was in America. It was broadcasted in America. This is a game yesterday that everybody was watching. Well, I was watching, and most of the men were watching. Okay, so I did have to pour myself some water because this is going to be a different stream. We're in 2023. This is my second stream ever on my channel. And right now, I'm giving you all the facts about myself. And I'm also giving you some facts that I have seen. Cancel culture. What is this? Well, you guys are wondering what this is. I'm going to tell you this now. So there's a thing I thought maybe somebody would understand the hockey jersey that I'm wearing. Now, when it comes to hockey games, there's many things that have happened in hockey. Hockey is a very dangerous sport. They're running around with blades under their skates. Okay, this is not even, these skates, do they protect you when it all of a sudden tries to slice you somewhere? No, you're going to get sliced. They're walking around with knives basically under their feet. So many people don't see that sport like, they see that sport being irrelevant. But it's actually one of the top 5 sports here in America. Basketball is also another sport that many people watch and have seen players break their legs completely open, their arms opened. They have seen concussions on the basketball field. They have seen this. But here's another thing for you guys to know. Athletes, they get paid millions of dollars for all of these things. Millions of dollars. We're not talking about our salaries. Some of us make 6 figures. That is nothing compared to athletes. Athletes actually make millions of dollars, and per game they're making a load of money. Okay, they're making a load of money. So when there's an announcement being made, sometimes the guys really have to, they have to conform with what's going on. Also, we're going to be talking about anchors too. Anchors are the same way. They make a certain amount of money, which is ridiculous. But you know what? This is a real serious stream, and I want to make sure that adults and also the kids, I'm going to say kids, because if you are in 21, 20, 22, look, I usually don't drink water that's cold, but that's usually what I have, and I decided to put a little bit of cold water. Not a good idea. Okay, cold water is not a good idea. Always do lukewarm, room temperature water if you're outside. This is how the Marines do it. This is how the military does it. This is how everybody that is on duty working over in Iraq, anybody in Afghanistan, most of them, they don't care what kind of water it is. They just chug it down. Why did I bring that up? I brought that up for a reason. because I don't think soldiers ever get the support that many players should be giving any of the Marines, any of the soldiers. I have not seen that at all in the NFL in the last couple of years. But let's go back to what we're going to be talking about. Okay, so I did tell you that I have a hockey jersey right now. And this hockey jersey, there's a reason why I have it on. Okay, it shows the appreciation to all the Marines, all the Army, everybody that is actually has served our country, all the veterans, all the people under the flag that are actually out there right now in Iraq, which most of them should be probably sleeping at this point. But I can tell you that, you know what, I think soldiers don't get enough credit. They have never got the credit here in America. They are just something that it's just crazy. It's just crazy I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. We're going to get to that now. So the Mighty Ducks, okay, let's go back to the 90s. Okay, in the 90s, okay, stuff was different. Stuff was different. In the late 80s, even in the 80s, stuff was a lot different. Okay, a lot different. I can tell you in the hockey league, there was a hockey player that he ended up cutting. He ended up getting it was a goalie. It was a goalie that ended up getting you can look this up, the Sabres. The team is called the Sabres, and the goalie ended up getting his neck cut completely. His artery was completely sliced, and I thought it was, wow, are you serious? I saw the video, completely sliced. All the blood was coming out, and he had the willpower and he had the strength to actually run to the bench. When he ran to the bench, his traitors, and I think the EMTs at the time, they grabbed him by the neck and they held it tight. Mind you, the ice arena had old blood, and all the players were just, most of them are used to this, but they were a little bit panicky because they're not used to this much blood. Mind you, these are players that are not soldiers, okay? These are players that are not even, they haven't served. These are players that are athletes. They get paid to play a sport. They see injuries, but they never see this kind of stuff. So we see, most of America saw this goalie literally almost completely die in the arena. He was completely in the arena, like on the floor, and he had the willpower to get up and go to the bench. If he didn't do that, the trainer, I think the trainer ran out to the ice to help him out to close the artery that was in his throat. If that didn't happen on time, he would have died, and that wouldn't probably be horrible for the NHL. Horrible. We might not even have the NHL now. Okay, so that's just one of the things that happened, I believe, in 1989. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was 1989. I remember because I seen that clip many times in I don't know how many years. The last 10 years I have seen it ever since it came out earlier. I think even in when I started noticing YouTube, those was one of the videos that were always on YouTube. So that's just the NHL. Now, I'm going to tell you another story. Let me tell you another story. Okay, so we're talking about just adults NHL. We're talking about adults. Okay, adults. Okay, now we're going to talk about the 90s, which that was basically the same thing. That was in the 90s. In the 90s, many movies were made to show that, to be a hero, you have to fight for something that is right. If there was ever, I think most of the time, this is huge, whenever there's a player that the family, maybe the father passed away or the mother passed away, okay, or even a player that would tell everybody that, you know what, my brother passed away, that one game would be the most legendary game for that player. And stuff would happen, okay? We're talking about the 80s. We're talking about the 90s. Stuff would happen in that one game after the fact that he would say, you know what? My brother passed away yesterday, and I'm playing a game today. And guess what? He would score, and those scores you would never ever believe. Wow, how did he make that? You would never ever believe it, but he would make it, and they would win the game. It's always happened throughout all sports. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what sport. Baseball, basketball, football. It has happened, okay? And we're talking about adults. Adults. Now let's go back to kids, and this is where we're gonna get to right now. This is what really it struck me a little bit of a nerve, which it kind of we're in this line that I don't even know to believe that what I just saw. So in Disney, which many people always know that there's very good movies in the 90s. Everybody knows of all these movies, and Disney has changed throughout the decades. Now, what is this Disney that we're living with now? I don't know what kind of Disney, but I can tell you, I don't think even as an adult right now I would watch a Disney movie, because it's just not what I would want anybody to see. I mean, even cartoons, it just doesn't make sense. So now I'm going to tell you a movie that many of you have seen here in America, and also in Canada and places other than America. Okay, this is going to be a movie that many of you are really going to probably say, what the fuck? Okay, and you're going to hear this right now. So the movie that I'm talking to you guys about is The Mighty Ducks. Now, The Mighty Ducks, many of you probably seen it. The first ever movie, I believe it was 1994. I could be wrong. It could have been 1992, or it could have been 1995. But either way, it was in the 90s. Why am I bringing this up? Because there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. These movies would never exist right now. And if they ever existed, it wouldn't be under certain big labels. Right now, well, the movies we see is nothing. Okay, nothing. It has nothing to do with it. It's turning everything into a cancel culture. And to me, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is very soon. So in this movie, The Mighty Ducks, I think many adults have seen it, also kids. And you know what? This is a movie for the kids to see. So when you see a movie like that as a kid, you accept it. You accept it and you say, this is the way you should be living your life, because it's a movie that is really made to really inspire people. Don't you think? So The Mighty Ducks in the movie, this is what happened in the movie. There was a team that was horrible. They ended up going all the way to the championship game. And in the championship game in the Mighty Ducks, there was a player, one of their good players, ended up getting basically a coma in the movie. Now, if you guys don't believe me, you're going to have to go back to see it. Now, this kid, we're talking about a kid. We're not even talking about an adult. We're talking about a kid in the movie The Mighty Ducks. He ended up getting a coma. He was passed out completely. Okay, I'm talking about, we don't even know if the kid was breathing. We just know he was passed out completely. He could have broken his back. I don't know. I don't completely remember. All I remember is that the next scene was him on the stretcher. And after the stretcher, he opened his eyes. Could he have been in a coma for a while? And the kid, most likely, is that what the movie producer and the team wanted to go with this movie? Most likely. And now the kid has his eyes open, and they took him out of the arena on a stretcher. Now, this is a kid's movie in the 90s. Okay, all of this in the 90s to us, especially to adults and kids, this to us was acceptable because this happens. This is a sport. This is something that can happen to anybody. And I've also seen it myself in the field. I have seen kids get comas. I have seen also ambulances that had to show up. We can talk about that maybe later. But in this movie, I mean, are you serious? It's a movie. You're showing the kids that it's okay for it to actually keep the movie going and the game going. Because at the end of the day, the kid's going to the hospital. And that was in the 90s. Okay, that was in the 90s. So mind you, they made another movie after that, and whatever. We're talking about just the first Mighty Ducks movie. So what happened? The team was losing. And they completely had the inspiration and the motivation to come back because their teammate was completely down in the ropes. He was in the hospital. I don't know if he was in the hospital for issue. I don't completely remember, but I had to try to look at some clips just to refresh my memory. And the team ended up coming back and winning the championship game, knowing that their teammate was completely in the hospital. Now, is it relative from what happened yesterday to this movie? Maybe not, because the kid completely, he apparently, I wasn't in the field. Everybody says that there was cardiac arrest yesterday on the field, in the football game that we were watching yesterday, and that is horrible. Nobody ever wants to see, not even the biggest enemy that you're playing against in the field. Nobody wants to see that happen. Even myself, when I was a very much of a very good athlete as a kid, I never wanted to see any of my other rivals end up breaking their arm completely, losing their fingers. I didn't want any of this to happen. Okay, but stuff happens. It just happens. So in the movie, the kids come back and they win the game. Now, recently, in the last couple decades, we have seen games that, stuff like this happens. Not exactly like yesterday, but a coma is a coma, and if you're out, you're out. Cardiac arrest is different, completely different. If you have to revive somebody on the field, it is completely different. Okay, completely different. We're all in the same page here, right? Yes. Okay, so here we go. Here's where I'm getting at. In the last couple decades when this happened, none of the anchors acted like this. Okay, in the last couple decades, and even in the 90s, none of the players and actors ever acted like this at all. Okay, now here's where I'm getting at. Okay, yesterday what I saw was kind of, let's just put it this way, kind of the future of how I'm seeing everything turn out. And to me, it is not a good look at all. It is not a good look at all, what I'm seeing. And what I mean is when I have anchors, not me, I'm talking about us in general, because we are the people. We are the people that watch. We are the people that pay to watch these sports. We are the people that pay the cable to see the one sport. We are the people that puts money into some of these players and coaches and franchises. We are the people that actually watch these games. Okay, and also let's not forget about all the military that doesn't get the acknowledgement that they do in the National Football League. But we'll talk about that soon. Is it okay to keep on going with the game? That also depends on what are the climates. No. It all depends on one person, and it's always the commissioner of the National Football League. It doesn't depend on anybody else but the commissioner. He's the one that calls off a game if the game doesn't need to go on. Okay, but I will say this right now. There's a thumbnail that says cancel culture. We are living this right now. Why am I telling you this? Is because none of this, okay, those stories that I told you kept on going, and that one hockey game kept on going. Also, there was another hockey game in the Florida Panthers, which you do see. This is the Florida Panthers in, I believe, 10 years ago, or it could have been 2006. It was one of these years. Another player also got his artery cut, and he was literally about to die. And they had to hold him. The bench had to hold him, and then he went to the hospital, and they kept on with the game. But here's the thing. This is something that's kind of completely. It's just, it's completely left field. When I saw the replay of the Florida Panthers guy that he ended up getting his thing, all the fans stayed, and, they wanted to keep on watching the game, obviously, because hockey players, they fight, they get hurt, they get into coma, stuff like that, they get out in a stretcher. This is normal for the hockey league. There's different leagues, there's different ways and different manners that different management works and approaches every scenario. And this is another reason why I do love the NHL, because they do the best they can, and they don't think of usually. They think of everything right there. They do everything as they should. But usually, if for all of you wondering, They don't believe. I think the NHL is a little bit different than the NFL. The NHL, hear this. The NHL, every game that I go to, they always, okay, get a veteran and they pick them up and they applause for the veteran that has served their country. Okay, this is what the NHL does. Always does this. Every game, this is why I enjoy every game, because it doesn't matter how old he could be 90, he could be 60, he could be 55, he could also be young in his 40s. Okay, he could also be active, active duty members that could be in there, and everybody would stand up to applause. And they also sing the national anthem of America and the Canadian national anthem. And these are two different flags. This is what the NHL does. So do I have respect, huge respect for the NHL? Yes, I do. This is why I paid to go see these games. But you know what? Many of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, because you probably never been to an NHL game, a national hockey game, which is a national hockey league. Many of you probably have never been to any of the games. But I can tell you, I think they are very much in tune with what's going on. They are completely passionate with their game. It's just a little bit different than the so-called NBA and the NFL. Can I tell you that NHL has different type of players from different cultures? Yes, they have Russian players. They have all type of players from Finland. They have players from Germany. They have players from I believe, Canada. They have players from America. They have players from all around the world. They also have a couple Asians that play. They also have African Americans. They have all type of players that play the game in the NHL. It doesn't matter who you are. The NHL sees you as a great player and they put you on the field. It doesn't matter. But I have seen stretchers come out in games that I've been to. I'm talking about stretchers that the guy doesn't even move in the NHL for at least a couple minutes. Not even to think that I don't even know if this one time, I remember here in Florida, there was a guy called Ekblad. He was completely out for a couple, I don't know, maybe even 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes. I have no idea. Nobody even knows what happened. And can they tell the world if he had cardiac arrest? I don't know. I can't officially tell you if they have to tell the world that he had cardiac arrest, but he did go into a coma. He got hit in the National Football League. They stopped the game, and guess what? They kept on playing the game after 30 minutes or an hour. And you know what? I'm not saying anything that the NFL should have kept on playing. All I'm saying is what I'm about to tell you. Watch what I'm about to tell you. Okay, so we kind of have an understanding that the 90s, the 70s, the 80s were a lot different in sports and the society we were living in, and everything that's accepted back in the days was okay. If we see a boxer on the floor, we thought it was great because the other athlete was able to get him down. Nowadays, it is not a thing. Nowadays, that all is just horrible. But why does it keep on going? If it's so horrible, if the UFC is so horrible, why do they keep on playing it? It's because of the money, okay? Why do they keep on playing NFL when they know that there's very much protocols that aren't being set on stone just like they're supposed to? Why? Because of the money, okay? Why do NBA players quit playing a game just because there's a certain hype going on, a certain state or a certain thing going on in America? Why do NBA players stop playing? Why? Because it's about the money. Okay, it's not anything about anything else but the money. And you know what? Cancel culture has a lot to do with it. Many of you don't know what cancel culture is, okay? I think I could easily tell you guys what it is. Okay, cancel culture started when social media started. Okay, cancel culture is everybody. Okay, it's not one person, it's not one group. No, Cancel culture is everybody in the internet. I'm talking about everybody on Twitter, everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube. That is what cancel culture is. If there's a bigger margin of not accepting a certain thing, that is what you call cancel culture. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe somebody out here might think different. Maybe, just maybe, they might point to one group. But you don't know sometimes who is typing in the back of a certain username. You do know when celebrities type, which you did see that yesterday. You did see a lot of celebrities typing certain things in Twitter about certain people and about certain actions that they want to get certain people fired because they are not accepting the moment. You know what? This has been something that has built it up in the last, I think, couple years. I have never seen this as bad as I do now. Many of you thinking, wow, is this a stream? Is this a real stream? Are you talking about real serious stuff? You're usually all about whiskey and all about stuff that you want to talk about. Yes, I'm always about stuff that I want to talk about. But let's face it. Somebody has to say something, and I am here to tell you what I think. And I know many people out here listen to what I have to say. Sometimes they don't believe it. Sometimes they don't want to hear it. Sometimes they close their ears. Well, the people that close their ears, let me tell you this. I have my ears open even though I don't believe anything you say. I have my ears open all the time even though you say something that I completely disagree with. I always have my ears open. For the people that close their ears, both of the ears when they're listening to me, well, for you, my man, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do to help you. I can only say certain things for you to understand. And if you don't want to hear it, my man or my lady, it doesn't matter what I can say. You're always going to think what you feel. Now, cancel culture is that's what it is. It is social media. People gather around social media, and there's a large trend to try to cancel a certain person. It could be a certain person, a certain business. It could be a certain anything, a certain trend. It could be a certain country. It could be anything. And this is the crazy part of 2023. We have seen it in the last, I think, 10, 15 hours that this is for real. There's celebrities tweeting about one man only. Right now, there's one man in the spotlight. His name is Skip Bayless. And he is, I don't know if I said it officially the same way that you guys hear him. Skip, he's a part of the ESPN. He's an anchor. He's a broadcaster, I believe. He's a journalist. He used to be a journalist, I believe, a reporter, whatever. The point of the matter is that he's always on TV Monday through Friday and sometimes even on the weekend. This guy is a guy that's on TV. He doesn't believe anything that he says is wrong. He never believes to listen to anybody. This is a man that's on TV. This is an older man that's on TV trying to go up against athletes when they talk. This is a man on TV, which is he's actively, I saw him this morning. Okay, he was on this morning, and this is the sad part. Okay, this is where we're going to get at now. Cancel culture is really starting to bother me a lot because I have seen what I saw yesterday. And the thing that really bothered me yesterday was the anchors. The anchors, they did not want to speak at all anything. They wanted to have no comment at all. And to me, that is a scared man that doesn't want to be canceled. Also, I have seen tears from guys that are anchors, and those tears that I saw I felt like they weren't genuine. To me, those tears felt like they wanted to hold their job. Please don't fire me. That's what I saw yesterday. It might be disgusting. You might think it's wrong, but this is what I saw. I did see people that were actually in tears, really honest, real tears. And I believe that. I saw players that were in tears, and I believe that. There was, there was coaches that couldn't believe it. I believe that because they knew the players. There was anchors that didn't want to show up to work after they're getting paid. To me, that is disgusting. Okay. Also, another thing, the people that were crying yesterday, there's a lot of people that were crying. There's very much justice to anything that is, bad. I think it's horrible. I think it's horrendous. horrendous. I think it's horrendous to see somebody almost passing away and dying on the field. But you have to know who you're looking at. And when I see somebody that's crying, that's a fake cry, that to me is very disgusting. I did see a lot of disgusting things in the last couple hours too. I did see a lot of stuff that's like, wow, are you serious right now? Tweets, I saw bad tweets that were just ridiculous. I'm talking about million dollar players tweeting stuff that they should not even be like, why would you even bother? Now, I will say, I did say already, prayers to the player. That is horrible to see. It takes one guy. Roger Goodell is the reason why the game didn't go on, and that it was his decision, nobody else's. But I will tell you, all the players did not want to be there, and most of them also had the idea that they were completely going to be watched. Everything that they're doing, they're going to be watched because there's people watching them. And for all of you to know, being an athlete that makes $1 million, multi-million dollars, to have a house, to have everything in your life just get wiped out, that is the worst thing that can happen to an athlete. Just because he speaks out of what he feels is okay, I think that is the worst thing. What has America come to? Is everybody really scared of talking, of even showing maybe no emotion? Because some of these anchors, I can officially say that most of them, I don't think, like, there was a woman that was crying. I understand, very emotional. But this morning I had watched, there was a show that I never watch, but there was Skip Bayless that was going to be on TV. And this is another thing, too. I knew that he was going to be there with one of the best football players that has ever played in the National Football League, and they're going to be debating on the situation. In my head yesterday, I said, this man is not going to show up. Why is he not going to show up? Maybe, just maybe, because he's going to have a lot of spotlight in his face, and he doesn't want it. He doesn't want the spotlight. He's scared. He's scared to lose his job, to even say one word. Okay, one word is all it is for him to lose his job. And that's my thought of yesterday when I said, oh my God, today this guy's going to be on TV with the other man, which the other man, you know what? It's just, the guy's amazing. I think his name is Shannon Sharp, I believe. He's an African-American. There's just one of the best ever football players. I used to love him playing. He was just amazing, just fucking top notch. But I can tell you, I was waiting for him not to show up to work. Why? Because there's a lot of very nervous people when it comes to this kind of shit. And you know what? I will say that it's to me, if you're being paid millions of dollars and you don't show up to work on TV, and I mean, at the end of the day, yes, this is a player that's actually still in the hospital. How about everybody shut everything down then? How about everybody stop seeing? How about what the news stations stop broadcasting it? How about that? If you guys, I mean, what do you guys think? Like, really, do you want everybody to like just stop working? Is this what it is? It doesn't make sense. So the man, check this out. So the man doesn't show up. He doesn't show up to work this morning, and now the only one on ESPN, or I believe it's FS1, is Skip Bayless. Okay, the man I was just speaking to you guys about did not show up to work, and I thought this was going to happen. Okay, so Skip Bayless is on TV, and he made some tweets yesterday, which I'm not going to read the tweets because I just don't want to read the tweets. You have to go look at the tweets that Skip Bayless did yesterday. And to me, he was on TV saying sorry to the public about what he tweeted about. Okay, he had to say sorry because everybody is on his ass wanting him to be fired. Now, this is a man that's on TV every fucking day. When there's a bad game, he says it. He says whatever he thinks. He says it. And why? It's because he's in America. He has the right to say whatever he wants to say. If it's bad, he can say it, right? I mean, he's only being paid so much. And it's just crazy to know that these are people that are getting paid. They're multimillionaires because they're on TV. Let them speak. But it's not like that. So the one man didn't show up. Okay, we all knew this. And it was only this other guy. Okay, and I will say this for the people that are wondering, has this happened before? Yes, it has happened before, okay? It has happened before. Something like this, even worse, has happened before. This is what pisses me off, okay? This is what I'm pissed off about. Something like this has happened before and worse. Worse. Okay, we have 30-something people watching. Thank you so much. Okay, Matt is over here with a $2 super chat. He says, tell them about the vegans, Reaper. James, the advisor legend. Look, I think the vegans are a waste of my time. I have tried that. It's a waste of my goddamn time. I think they should close up shop. Okay? No, I'm not going to say that. Close up shop. But look, am I the man to be a cancel culture to those vegan shops? No, I let them do their thing. I think everybody should be allowed to do whatever they want. But, it's to push it on me. Come on. I think vegans, I've already tried it. I've tried it for 7 days, and it was horrible. It was the worst experience I've ever had in my life because I thought it was doing amazing. The first 3 days, first 4 days, when it came to 7 days, my chest was hurting, and I thought I had to really eat something, or if not, something's going to happen to me. Okay, so thank you so much, Mathis. I really do appreciate the super chat. So much super chat, man. I really do appreciate you. He's from the watch community. Thank you so much, man. So here we go. Do you guys believe that this has happened before? I'll tell you, many of you probably don't know that this has happened before. Okay, now you can go to the Skip Bayless morning announcement and see what he said. I'm gonna respond to you guys, and I'm gonna respond to some of the people that don't believe none of this has happened before. Okay, in 1963. Okay, our president, which was Kennedy, he got assassinated. Okay, and the NFL still played a full game. They still played all their games because the commissioner at the time felt like everybody should have their games to cheer them up. Do you believe what I'm hearing? I think many of you weren't even born those times. I wasn't even born those times, but I'm going to tell you what I'm about to tell you and all the things that I want to tell you. And that to me is a huge sign that, times are different. Can you believe that can actually happen? The American president. Okay, we're not even talking about a player. Now, I'm going to say it doesn't matter what human life it is. Okay, I'm going to say it doesn't matter what human life it is. If there's a player on the field, it's horrible. It's horrible. It is horrible. But do you understand how many people and soldiers are actually passing away? Did you know that, there's certain years, okay, that the NFL actually didn't even do the national anthem knowing that there was Marines that had passed away. There was soldiers. There were it just you know what? I think it all depends on the time you're living. And are we living in a cancel culture time in 2023? I think we have started the trend already. I think what I saw yesterday was horrible. But let's put it this way. Okay, if anybody here is old enough to know, which I am not even old enough to know about that situation, but the president was assassinated and the NFL, which was the football league at the time, ended up playing their games. This was in, I believe, 1963, I believe it was. And you know what? I think that is the most disgusting thing that you can actually do. Okay, that is the most disgusting thing that you can actually do. But there's also bright sides of everything. And I'm going to give you the bright side of everything very soon. But right now, I'm drinking water, by the way. I have to clear my throat. I really do have to clear my throat. Oh, man, this is just, you know what? It's all has really got to this year, and I was hoping that most of this already passed, but this is not the case. It's actually producing a worse generation, because in the 90s, when stuff like this happened, the teams would rise up. Okay, it didn't matter it didn't matter if it was the NBA, it didn't matter if it was baseball, it didn't matter if it was hockey, it didn't matter what it was. The teams would rise up from tragedy. And that is usually, it's something crazy because they would make something huge about it. Also, the horse racing would be also part of this. And the horse racing, they always do this. if you guys ever bet or even watch the Triple Crowns, I can tell you that they always start a story. They always start a story with a certain horse, a certain family that is backing a certain horse. This is usually what happens in sports. The racing form over there, it's all about stories. Okay, they want the tale. They want the story to be the best story and to be the best champion just because the story that happened. And for all of you that didn't see what I spoke about at the beginning, yes, I've been through a lot. I've also been told stories and heard stories. There was a story also from I believe it was a soldier that was with a huge group. And one of the stories that I remember was the guy, which, let's just put it this way, there was a lot of people. A lot of American flags right downstairs, first floor, and second floor is where they need to get at. Okay, there was supposedly one of the brothers of the guy that was on the second building. They basically told him to go upstairs. And to go upstairs, there was only two ways to go upstairs. And at this moment, I can tell you that many of you, if you ever heard a story like this or even saw this happen in front of you, I think many of you wouldn't be able to comprehend, especially the new generation. The soldiers sent him up, which the American flag sent him up. And all of a sudden, when they sent him up, the brother ended up, when he was going upstairs, he ended up getting killed. Okay, now the brother killed the brother because they didn't know who it was. They thought it was Americans. So there's stories like this that happens all the time. And every, I'm talking about everybody doesn't understand that the Americans that are actually, okay, in the Marines, in the military, in the Navy, Air Force, whoever it is, I don't think they get the support from some of these athletes. Okay, over here we have a super chat in the house, and you know what? This is an adult show, so I want you guys to know that this is really, these are things that you guys should be listening to. Okay, Dirk Diggler over here says, if the poor guy dies from doing what he loves and knowing his family will be taken care of, we could be so lucky. Want to talk to you about this. And you know what? This is life. We're living life right now that a lot of people pass away. Do they pass away in the spotlight? No, they don't pass away. You hear stories about certain people, and also you don't ever hear the biggest heroes really on TV. You know what? I think many people don't understand there's heroes all around the world, and people that are actually alive that are heroes. You don't know their stories because they're not on TV. So what you see on TV is a little bit different than what you would know personally. Dirk Diggler, thank you so much for the $5. For everybody that's here, I'm going to go around the room, make sure that I acknowledge that you're here. Time to Musk Up, thank you for being here. Money Burner, thank you for being here. James Advisor, and everybody that's actually watching. Anuj, thank you for being here. Everybody, Sticks, everybody, thank you for being here. I wanted you guys to really tune Boston Collector, thank you for being here. Watch Community, Fragrance Community, I see you guys. Whiskey Community also, they tend to lay back on certain subjects like this because they feel that they shouldn't even speak about it, but I am a little bit different. I know that you guys always want to hear me. Umida, I see you, Umida, but you know what? I can't believe the anchors that I saw yesterday. They wanted to just quit working. Now, I wanted to hear some of the comments from certain anchors yesterday when I saw this whole thing happening, and most of them were scared. This is the generation we're living in. Most of the anchors were scared to talk about their own feelings about the matter. Now, is this something to completely be like, you know what? I got to go home. I got to go cry about this. Is it something for some of these anchors to do? I mean, everybody's different. Everybody has a different emotional status. Everybody has a different personality. Everybody has a different, level of actually, holding certain things in. And can you guys say that maybe the NFL doesn't appreciate Americans that are actually have served? I can officially say that they don't. They don't, and I think it's horrible. But do these people that have served our country, do they even bother lashing out to the NFL ever? Most of the time, they don't. Okay, because to be a big man, you have to know that there's no winning there, and usually you have to know that if there's certain people online trying to bash you, I think there's no winning there because you sometimes don't even know these celebrities. Now, if every celebrity was to tweet about me and to talk about me, I don't know them. I don't know every celebrity. Do I know celebrities? Yes, I know celebrities. But can I tell you if Des Bryant, I can tell you there's one guy, Des Bryant, I believe he used to play for the Cowboys. If Des Bryant, okay, and some of the other basketball players were to tweet about me, is there anything I can do? No, because at the end of the day, I don't know them, and I don't personally know them. I can't talk to them on the phone to explain them my mindset. There's no way I can reach out to them. But guess what? Everybody would hear and believe these athletes and these celebrities, these icons, because they're saying something online. Now, is there celebrities that say good things? Yes. Is there celebrities that say positive things? Of course, always. Is there celebrities that say wrong things? I think so. Is there celebrities that don't know that stuff like this has ever happened? Maybe prior, like maybe, like I was telling you, Kennedy. Do any of these players did they ever know that the president was assassinated in 1963? Did any of these players ever know this? Probably not. Okay, probably not. Okay, did any of these players probably ever see games where in the 90s that their brothers or their father players passed, certain iconic fathers and mothers passed away, and they just did a hell of a job on these games? I think so. I think most of them probably seen this. Dirt Diggler, thank you so much for this one. Thank you so much for the $5. The first $5 I see you give me in my channel in 2023. And the first super chat that I got this year was from Melissa Villanueva. I will always remember that first super chat. But yeah, it's to say that now there's anchors that don't want to say anything about anything. Like, are you kidding me right now? Who's getting, like, come on, man. They're getting paid. They're getting paid to do these things. Okay? They're getting paid to do these things. I don't believe that any player would say anything but online. Why is it that a player saying stuff online and tweeting? Why don't they say it on the TV, or why don't they say it on the video? I mean, I just don't understand. These players are making so much money. So much money. It only takes one positive thing to say, and everybody just attacks everybody that isn't looking their way. Everybody in the cancel culture attacks everybody. I'm talking about anybody that says anything opposite of what they think. Can I officially say that I am getting a little bit annoyed right now? I think I am. Now I'm starting to think of what it is all these other players that don't even play football are saying. They're attacking one guy that actually showed up to work and he wanted to express himself, and it was just a tweet. That to me shows dedication to your job. That shows dedication that you want to give people your open-minded, or maybe your closed-minded argument on TV. That shows that you were actually prepared to say what it is that you said on your tweet. This is a man that's actually older than any of these players on TV. Showed up to work this morning. Skip Bayless. Are you serious? I never liked the guy. Some things that he would say, I didn't completely agree on certain years. There's certain years that he would talk bad about certain players I didn't agree on, and sometimes he would talk right that I believed. Can I officially say people nowadays in 2022 are completely scared to say what they feel? I think so. And I think that should never have been any of the cases. I think many of the generation that we're living in right now are completely getting brainwashed into this. Some of the movies that are getting put out aren't like the movie that I told you, The Mighty Ducks. Are you serious? That team came back and won the fucking championship game. I didn't completely remember the second Mighty Ducks, but I know that there was a couple Mighty Ducks, and Disney is just not the same either. Is it just me? Is it just me, or we're going into a completely? I mean, we're already in the internet, are we not? Because we're all here together in the internet. We're already in the internet, but are we going into a different type of, I don't know, it feels like an alternative reality. It's like we're going into a different path right now in the social media. I think we're going into who's going to be the government. I don't even know. Is it going to be us, that we're going to completely be the ones to tweet everything out, put everything on Facebook, and boom, we got the president? Is this what's going to happen in the future? I think it should never happen in the future. But right now, in the last couple of years that we have seen, it is turning into a complete shit show. Okay, ever since all of us, I'm talking about everybody around the world, has got a smartphone in their hands, has got, internet that you can connect with other people around the world. Everything has turned into something that I think would have never happened. I mean, you're supposed to connect with people. You're supposed to network. This is why the internet was made. The internet was made for us to completely reach out to somebody over there on the other side of the world. Okay? The internet's not there to bash people and completely destroy all their legendary status in the last couple. That could have been 25 years of them being the best person, the best athlete. Okay, the best iconic figure in the world. And all it takes is one damn fucking day. One damn fucking day. And they're fucking gone forever. Nobody wants to hire them. Nobody wants to have them in the room. Nobody wants to be friends with them. They start losing friends. What is this shit? They start losing all their accounts. All their accounts start getting banned. What is this shit, man? What is this shit? And all of a sudden, just all of the years, the past 25 years or whatever it is, it's all gone in just one day, when maybe the guy was tweeting something, and you know what? If he was to say, or she was to say something in real life and repeat the tweet, it would sound different. Just maybe. And I'm just gonna give it, I'm just gonna give a little bit more, I'm gonna give it just maybe, okay? Just maybe. It might sound different. We have a good amount of people here. Today is, ladies and gentlemen, today's Wednesday. Okay, today's Wednesday. Okay, many people, I believe it's Wednesday. No, today's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Wait, is it Tuesday? I don't even fucking know what day it is. Okay, I don't even know what day it is anymore. Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. You see how caught up in my mind I am? I don't even know what day I am in. Okay, but I need to tell you guys, the new generation, the ones in their 27, 24, because this young man yesterday, which he was 24 years old, he completely had cardiac arrest in the field. Horrible to see, very horrible to see. Now, if this would have happened in the 90s, would the game have gone on? That is the question for you guys to really think. If this would have happened in the 80s, would this game have gone on? Okay, would this game have gone on in the 80s? Many of us know, and I'm pretty sure it goddamn well could have gone on. Okay, in the 70s, as a matter of fact, we're pretty sure that it probably would have gone on. Okay, because these players are getting paid a lot of money. And none of these players, nothing happened to them except one player. And it's horrible to see that ever happening. That is the worst thing that can happen, but it can happen because every fucking sport is dangerous. This is why my own mother, didn't want me to play football, because she knows that I would have been, because I'm a rough motherfucker. Okay, she knows that I would have never been, I probably would have never been okay right now. Okay, I would have never been okay right now. I probably would have got a lot of concussions, and I would have been in bad, because I'm a fucking animal. Okay, so let's put it this way. Anuj, thank you so much. This is what I have to say. This is your first super chat. Anuj, thank you so much, Anuj Patel, for this one. $13.99. More Reaper in 2023. Let's go, he says. Yes, let's go. You know what? I'm going to try to do a stream every fucking day. Yesterday, I couldn't do a stream. I had to, I was going to do it at night. And it was only right to, I didn't want to, there was people, Melissa in the morning, great person. Melissa is in the fragrance community. I didn't want to overdo her thing. I said, you know what, let me just rest and let me make a barbecue. So I did this. But I want to do one every day. I think there's going to be the new thing that I'm going to be doing for each and every one of you and for the people that want to hear a little bit of what I have to think. For the people watching right now, thank you everybody for actually being here and being a part of this. And the super chat, I'm just so grateful for everybody that sends super chats all the time. Remember, if it's not for YouTube, we wouldn't have me. Okay, remember, for the people that send money to the stream, remember, yes, they do cut out a little bit of money, but you know what? I appreciate this is my honest. I'm being honest and I'm being genuine, and I have to make sure that some of the people that realize when the money comes here, it's because I feel it's okay. Okay, because I think YouTube should always get a little bit of at least something. If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't be here with you guys. We wouldn't be here on the stream. Okay, YouTube, we have to give a huge, I think a huge shout out to YouTube, because they've done a hell of a job here, and this platform has turned into, I think, the best platform ever. But yeah, hockey teams are just different. They're just different. Now, I will say, if you guys didn't see what I told the guys earlier, I think many people don't understand that sometimes, I don't have certain emotions. Can you believe that crying, when I see people crying, I have to really understand the reason why they're crying, okay? When I was a kid, let's go back to the beginning, the intro. I had told many of you about, as a kid, I have seen a lot of bad things in the field. Okay, there was one game I was pitching. As a matter of fact, I wasn't pitching. I was going to pitch after the individual. So what happened was, in my baseball team, it was one of the best baseball teams. I played for a couple teams in Florida, and these teams, they would travel, and then my other team would be part of a league. So one of the celebrities that I would always see almost every day would be Howard, the basketball player. Forgot his name. I completely forgot his name. Howard. He's in the Miami Heat. Hardaway. That is who I would see almost every day. Okay, I would see Hardaway almost every day. I would talk to him sometimes, not all the times, because I really respect everybody. Even as a kid, I was never I would never be starstruck. Okay, I would see him all the time. I also played with celebrity kids. Okay, I would play with athletes that I knew their kids were going to be athletes eventually too. Because I knew for a fact that they had the money to put these kids into the best leagues, the best training. And I knew that these kids, which were my friends, I knew that my friends would end up being in the major leagues. And I did see a lot of stuff. And one of the things that I remember, one of the things I can tell you, I was going to be pitching on a certain schedule. We would play, I believe, 7 innings. And there was this other kid. I think his name was Justin. And he pitched pretty good. He would always pitch the first inning, the second inning. They would take him out. Or sometimes I would pitch from the first inning all the way as much as I could. And I would tell the coach, don't take me out. This is how I would be. I would be a very much, they call it hyper competitive. This is a competitive person that doesn't give up. And most players right now in the Major League Baseball, they do the same thing. They don't want to be taken out, but they know that they're getting paid. I'm not getting paid as a kid. Come on. So there was this kid, Justin, and he was going to be pitching. He pitched the first inning, the second inning, and I believe the third inning was the inning they were going to take him out, but they kept on pitching him. And it came out that he was going to pitch the fourth inning, so now I'm not going to be pitching. What the fuck? I remember this, and I was sitting in the bench all my teammates were noticing that he was holding his arm pretty much most of the time, but he wanted to keep on, and the coach let him keep on playing. And that's okay, because kids are kids. Let them keep on playing. We were a winning team. So next thing you know, what the kid, which was my teammate, and I'm watching him pitch. He decides to pitch one of his final pitches. And as he's starting to pitch, he moves and he completely, you could see that he tripped. I don't know what he did, but he tripped on something. And as he tripped on something, he decided, fuck it, I'm just going to throw the ball. When he threw the ball, the only thing you heard, and at this point, I couldn't believe what I heard. I heard like a fucking bang. I heard a bang, like that. I heard a bang, a complete bang. And what am I thinking at this point? I'm thinking the ball's a home run. No, the ball wasn't a home run. His arm was completely dangling, and at this point, he's screaming, and his arm is completely dangling. This is something that people don't usually see in a game. And these are all, most of us, we usually see stuff like all the time on TV. I think at the time, whatever, we see stuff. And I think many people have got hit, got into a coma. We've seen all this stuff. The kid's arm just popped out, and you could hear it. It goes like that, boom. And we see him, and Justin, his arm is completely dangling. Now, did the coach come out of the woodworks, out of the bench to help him out? No. Does the family start screaming? Yes, the family starts screaming. Can I tell you that I'm going to have to put the fucking AC off? Yes, I'm probably going to have to put the AC off. Give me a second, just a second. And for the meantime, yes, this is live. I am live. And this is not even scripted. It's not fucking scripted. So when I come back, I hope I don't forget what I'm about to say. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So, had to pour myself a little bit of water. So where was I at? Okay, so the kid, he's lying on the floor. His name's Justin. He's lying on the floor, and all I recall was all my teammates coming around him. Now, all my teammates, very young. Okay, very young, and I can tell you that none of them, I'm talking about young kids. Okay, young kids. Okay, none of them were crying. And we're living in a different life now than before. I'm trying not to compare, the game from yesterday, but I'm just telling you the story about what I had in front of me. Now, the kid's arm, which was Justin, my teammate, it was completely wrapped. You can see that they were trying to put it back. They couldn't put it back, and he was screaming even more. All of my teammates ended up walking away from him, and we ended up going to the dugout. All the other teammates all were in the dugout standing up. I think most of us were all sitting down, and I remember the other teammates on the other side, not the other teammates, but the other team was standing up on the fence. All the parents were up, and this is where the ambulance came in and came on the field, and yes, they had to pop it back in, and I think also he lost a finger or something. I don't know what happened at the time. All I know is the details that were given to me and everything I'm seeing. The ambulance left, and this is just one of the stories of many Okay, that I can tell you. The ambulance left and we kept on playing the game. Now, this is a game that I think nowadays, if that this ever happened nowadays in the life we're living in 2023 or even 2022, I don't think that game would have even kept on going. I was pitching next. Okay, and I was pitching next and I was thinking of Justin. And I won't ever forget this because this is something that it gave me motivation. Okay, it gave me motivation because I'm going to say this, I'm a hyper competitive athlete. I'm a hyper competitive person. I'm always thinking of the next move. I'm always thinking of something that I'm going to do next. I'm always fucking thinking. This is why sometimes I don't even sleep. This is why I'm a poker player. This is why I do the things that I do. This is why I do fucking streams without even writing them down. This is a thing that I don't think many people understand. I get insomnia. I can't sleep. If I don't do a certain task, many people wait till the last day of the year to do a certain thing. Well, guess what? I'm not like that. Compared to the person I am, I have to do it right now. If I can't beat that one thing that's in my head, I can't sleep. Okay? So mind you, I'm an adult now. You can only imagine as an individual that was actually pitching in a baseball game and is a kid. Okay, why the fuck is he pitching? Nowadays, people will be saying that. I decided to pitch the game. We won the game, and I think I did the best I could because I knew that my arm was fucking burning and I didn't want to stop. I wanted to win the game for Justin. And this is something that doesn't happen nowadays. Nowadays, I'm not talking about the football game yesterday, but I'm talking about in general. I think all the kids in the new generation are getting painted into this figure as in like, you know what, you should quit. If something's bad, you should walk away. I think the generation we're living in right now and the new generation to come is all going to be like that. There's the competitive nature is going lower and lower and lower. The standards are really, you know what? The standards are all over the place. Okay. They're all over the place. But can I tell you cancel culture has something to do with it? I think so. Does cancel culture have to do with you guys? Well, you know what? You guys are in the internet. So what did I say earlier? Everybody that's in the internet, which is Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is where you can reach out, that is what I feel is cancel culture. So ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I will say for all of you watching, please, if you can, I would appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't. And you know what, Anuj, thank you so much for the super chat. But you know what? I don't think any of this, okay, I think I even got into a coma a couple of times, okay? I got hit with the ball going very much, probably 80 miles per hour. I've been hit on the head. I've been hit in the fucking legs. I've had my teammates get hit. One of my catchers, he's in the major leagues, but he ended up getting hit in his growing area. He was basically bleeding out of his by his balls. You know what it is to tell a teammate or for a coach to tell him that he might not be able to have one of them. Like, you know what it is to have that as a kid. I mean, we can officially say any kid would be under 18. Okay, this is what we're gonna say, and any kid would be under 18. Okay, any middle school, high school, or even under elementary. Those are all kids. Those are all kids. It doesn't matter. They're all athletic. They're all competitive. Everyone is different. But can you do this nowadays and keep on with a game? I don't think so. People have told me before, hey, why do you lose memory often? I go, well, I don't lose memory. It's that I don't give a fuck about certain things. Don't think it's personal. It's because I try not to gather too many thoughts in my head. I have a lot of thoughts already. You could only imagine, just remembering your birthday, just remembering something. People always ask me, have you ever been into coma? Well, I've been in situations as an athlete that I've been tackled. I've been in situations that I have been hit. So I can say that, have I blacked out certain times when I've been hit as a kid and the games go on? Yes. Has a helicopter came onto the field in one of my leagues? Yes. And has that game gone on? Yes. Has let me see what else. Have we seen officially bad things happen on TV in some of the other decades? Yes. And for the people that didn't hear what I said earlier, the people that I didn't the people that did not hear what I said earlier, in 1963, Skip Bayless also said this on TV. The president got assassinated, and what happened? All the games kept on going in the NFL. And these are people that they're getting paid money. There's a salary. Okay, now we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to the beginning. The beginning. What did I tell you guys? I told you that I had to stop somebody that had a knife. Okay, I had to stop somebody that had a knife, and I never share this. I never share any of my things that I say, because I don't need to be sharing that with anybody. And this is social media. So at the end of the day, people always ask me, are you a Marine? Are you this and that? People always ask me. It's none of your business. That's how I say it. Many people get peer pressured into saying it. And many other people have to, because they're scared. They're scared not to say it, or they're scared to say it. So I'll tell you this, okay? I have a story that I told at the beginning, and I really mentioned that already about one of the things in a baseball field. I already mentioned that. The other thing that I did mention at the beginning of the stream was that I had to stop somebody from killing them and killing other people in front of me. And this is something that doesn't happen in the news. Now, this is another thing. Now that we're talking about this, there's a reason why I only try to get and support all the army and all the the people that have veterans. I've always, and for the people that talk shit about any of the soldiers, I think that is completely disgusting and disgraceful. If you're an American, you should always support your citizens around here. You should always support your neighbor. You should always support the soldiers that have went to war to help you out, because you could have been the one that they could have sent, but you are not the one, because you are actually a millionaire playing for the NBA. Okay, you are actually not, because you're actually a millionaire playing for the NFL. Okay, so for all the people that don't ever stand up for the national anthem, that is it should be your priority to actually stand up for your own flag. Even though that you might not believe anything, I think it's always good to stand up. You stand up for your mother, you stand up for your father, you would be there for your father and mother, you'll be there for your family. I know many people would, and for the people that say that they won't, well, guess what? You're a little bit different. Maybe you're that 1% that wouldn't. Okay, but you know what? You should always do this for the flag. It doesn't matter what country you're from. If you're here in America, just enjoy that you have a lot of freedom compared to other countries. So I will say this. I think it's kind of disgraceful that the NFL in the last couple years have taken out the national anthem from any of their games. And I can just leave it like that. But I will say, we're getting to the topic of many people want to get to know me and this and that. You know how many people have passed away and have seen horrible stuff in front of them? And it's just, we're talking about real fucking soldiers, and nobody, it's just, this is why I love the NHL. Anuj, I say you, Anuj, this is another reason why I love the NHL, because they support all their soldiers. They support everybody that has ever worked for the flag and has gone overseas and is a veteran and has retired. Even policemen. Okay, they appreciate all the support in the country. But I'm going to say this, okay? Yes, I did stop somebody from completely killing themselves, killing other people. And this is something that I don't need to have to repeat again. But I will have to say it, because this is nothing that I like to. I don't even have to say this. I don't have to say this. But this is the crazy part, is that people see this horrible. They see this like it's not a good thing. Am I a hero? I don't care what anybody thinks, if I'm a hero or not. I just know that there was a situation that a gentleman A man had a knife ready to kill certain people and maybe himself, and I had to grab him. Did I tackle him? No, I didn't tackle him. Many of you are probably going to think the worst. You're going to probably think the worst. This is what happened. Okay, there was an altercation that the man came out of nowhere and all of a sudden took out the knife, and he wanted to do a lot of damage to a lot of people. I ended up getting his arm, okay, and I have proof. It's just, there's none of that needs to be, none of that needs to even be repeated. But I'm telling you this now because people in the cancel culture see this as in bullshit, and that is the worst thing you can do. Whenever you see actual Marine, okay, that has a fucking, if you ever see a veteran, a real veteran, okay, walk in, you should always say thank you for your support for your country. Thank you for everything you've done. Or if you know a friend that has ever gone overseas, always just remember who they are. Remember that they are the heroes, because you could be the person that could be in those shoes. Maybe you aren't fit for that. Okay. And yeah, it was just a scenario where that happened. And I didn't wait for anybody. I just acted on it. And many of you think, what kind of, well, you're probably asking all these questions, in your head. I'm going to give you the picture. It was one knife, one man, couple people that could have been completely, it could have been bad. And it's just, it shouldn't be repeated. I'm not going to repeat it again, but I can tell you it got all calm. I had his two arms. I had him down. I had him pinned down, and I had to talk to him. I had to talk it out with the man. I had to make sure that he knew, and he kept on saying it. I'm just going to he kept on saying it. I had complete control of this man. But I have him on the floor? No, I didn't. I had both of his arms, and obviously everything was completely, if it wasn't for me, I don't even know what would have happened. But this is just one scenario of many scenarios that a lot of people around the world they just look by. They look by. I don't fucking understand the life we're living in right now. Why is it that the NBA, I'm going to say this right now, why is it that the NBA, why do they have to, all of a sudden, they don't want to do the national anthem? Why? It's because of money. And you know what? Cancel culture is real. Cancel culture is real. So for the people watching, don't be afraid to talk what you want to talk about, because maybe you can help somebody out, motivate them to really believe in what should be right. If you think there's something right, it's always good to say what you want to say. There shouldn't be a time that comes that, maybe 75% of people disagree and it's completely wrong. How can it be that we're getting to this society right now that there's 100 people, okay, and there's 75 people that believe certain things are wrong? Okay, if you know that those 75 people are completely wrong, why is it that the other percentage does not ever speak up? And the other people, why is it that they don't speak up? I just don't understand it. You have 35 people there that know that is completely wrong. Why don't they tell the other people, completely try to help out, say something, tell them something. Hey man, what you're thinking right now is completely wrong. I don't understand this. But most of the time, those people, okay, those 35 people start to really not believe in themselves and believe in what's right. And now, instead of 75 people that are saying everything that's completely wrong, and we have pretty much common sense to know what's right or wrong. Okay, why is it that those 75 people end up turning into 90 people? Now, those 35 people completely are listening to what's wrong, and they're consumed by what the other people are saying. And now there's only 10 people. Okay, now there's only 10 people that have completely, they don't want to speak up. And they're going to stay like that. I think this is the world we're turning in. This is what's happening here in America. And, it's all about money. It's all about money. Okay, $1 million money, multi-million dollar checks. It's all about the big fucking G's. It's all about the blue dollar bill. Okay, if it ain't about the money, these people would never ever be fucking. If it wasn't about the money, it would be probably 40-60. It would be 40 people that would be completely wrong, and all the other 60 people would know that they're wrong. But since it's about the money, and since it's about the cancel culture nowadays, now you have 90 people that are going along with the other 75 that think it's wrong. What kind of world are we living in right now? Why is it that the fucking National Football League doesn't do the American flag anymore? Why don't they do the national anthem? Why is it that the NBA is all about, they're all about, it's the same bullshit. It's just, I understand where they're getting at. I have my ears opened, but sometimes it just does not make any sense. $1 million paychecks these people are getting paid in the NBA. Why is it that they have to completely, just because one guy said something, why is it that they have to attack the guy? Let the guy say whatever he wants. It shouldn't be a bully type bullshit type shit. Okay, but it has turned into it. Okay, cancel culture has turned into a bully mindset, and nobody has said it. And I can tell you that there's a lot of friends of mine that are actually in Iraq and don't believe anything about why they're there. Some of them just know that they're supporting their flag. They know that they're supporting their people. They know that they're supporting us here in America. It doesn't matter that they believe or what they believe. They just know one thing. They are there to support the flag. And it's just the people here sometimes do not appreciate it. And I don't know why it is that on social media, and I'm going to say this to the fragrance community. Okay, fragrance community, this is something that you guys need to hear. You guys are doing almost the same shit. You guys are using the whole cancel culture bullshit, and I have actually put 2 and 2 together. This is what the fragrance community has done to some of the people. They have put them on timeout. They have put them on the side. They have officially put them completely out of their live streams. They have completely just try to deteriorate certain people on social media, certain people in the fragrance. We're talking about fragrances. The whiskey community doesn't do this. They're chill. They drink and they review their stuff. Well, how has it come from the fragrance community all of a sudden canceling a couple people? Trying to cancel a couple YouTubers that used to do fragrances, and now they're not doing fragrances anymore. Why has it come down to it? And we're even. This is the sad part. Now, I just thought of this. This is the worst part about it. Hear this. I'm about to drink this. This is for one person, actually, too. There's also one person, too, that's a veteran that was actually serving while some of these people that are trying to cancel that little one person, and I'm going to say that one person because there's many other. But now that I just thought of it, there's a veteran, actually, that's in the fragrance community that many people, they're trying to shut him out. And it's cool to say thank you to a veteran sometimes, but I mean, at the end of the day, do you not realize that certain people out here, like, they've actually tried to help you out, try to help out your future? You shouldn't completely try to cancel somebody in a community just because you think that they're a douchebag. I don't think that should be the case. If they're a douchebag, they're a douchebag. It's just what it is. And sometimes they're funny. Okay, doesn't mean that you should cancel them out. Over here, Money Burner, $2.79. He says over here, Reaper, what in the fuck are you talking about? You know what? He's only saying that because he doesn't want to be canceled. You see what I mean? This is something that it completely makes sense. It completely makes sense. Because now I'm actually talking about somebody that I just recently got got close to talking to them most of the times on the streams, and it's crazy to know that man, it's a good super chat. Money Burner is from Canada. Okay, Money Burner in Canada, they have a different mindset about anything, and most of them, I think, sometimes I don't even know if they watch football over there. I know they watch hockey, but I can tell you, I was talking about, if you go to the beginning of the stream, I was talking about the NFL game yesterday. It was a horrible situation yesterday in the game. I think it's a tragedy, and prayers to the player. It's horrible to see, but at the end of the day, this happened also a couple weeks ago. Miami Dolphins, the quarterback, he got a concussion and he was completely out on the field. He was out. I don't know how long he was out, but you can tell that his hands, when you go into a certain type of coma and you hurt yourself, you do end up losing some of your nerves in your hand, and they just start locking up. I can tell you that I've seen people do this while I was playing sports. People actually getting into comas, and this is just horrible. I can't tell you how bad this is. Okay, so Money Burner, thank you so much for the super chat. And I will say that, what was I talking about? It's just, look, man, I think some of you guys in the fragrance community, you guys are starting to try to do this to each other, and I think that is just, man, this is come on now. Nobody here is making millions of dollars. Nobody out here in the fragrance community, the community that some of you guys are in, you guys are not making super multi-million-dollar moves. So, what in the hell are some of these people doing? It doesn't make any sense, this stuff that the fragrance community is doing. But we can all say that we have seen it, and obviously I have my ears open. If I think something's wrong, I still have my ears open. It's just what it is. But can I officially say that Dirt Diggler was one of the guys from the Watch community that ended up coming over here into one of these streams, and then everybody started attacking him? Yeah, everybody started attacking him. It happens. It happens. It doesn't mean they were trying to cancel him. They were trying to completely get him out of the circle. And this happens in real life. You've seen this yesterday on the TV. I've sold the anchors that they want to really not talk. They don't want to comment. They don't want to show up to work. It's sickening. It's sickening to know that you should show up to work. What are we talking about here? The gentleman that had the ordeal, he's in the hospital. There's doctors on him. There's nurses on him. Some of these anchors don't understand. I don't know if they understand. This was a player on a team, and it wasn't your family. And yeah, you might have felt it. It does hurt a lot to know that it happened, and it's horrible to see. Nobody wants to see it. But some of these anchors are taking it a little bit too far. I want to see anchors being on TV. They're getting paid to do something. I want them to say what they want to say. I don't want them not to show up and not to start boycotting the TV stations that they're working for. I think that's ridiculous. I don't think that some of these anchors or broadcasters should stay quiet. They should say whatever they want because they're working. Athletes, I don't think, this is my own opinion, I don't think certain athletes should officially start tweeting out and attacking certain people, but this is the life we're living. If one athlete doesn't do it and the other athlete starts nudging the other player to do it, it goes, look, LeBron, you have to, look, if LeBron, let's be straight line over here. If LeBron James wanted a lot of his players to do it, they would all do it for LeBron James. Okay, if LeBron James would be one of these, because he's a multimillionaire, he has a lot of businesses. And if he was one of these players that would be controlling some of the mindset of other players and to peer pressure them into attacking certain anchors, they would all do it all together. What is this? Is this what we're living in right here in this 2023? Is this what I have to be facing in this year? I think that many fragrance community members should know that I don't think it's okay to really go around really just doing some of the things that they do. I don't think it's right. But do I have my ears open? Of course, because you all are people. And I appreciate everybody that has their own mindset. But I think everybody has their own opinions. I don't think that anybody doesn't doesn't officially say, you know what, I'm just gonna, that's it, I'm just gonna quit. And I'm just, most of these anchors usually, after 2 days or something, they come back. And it's kind of sickening to see that they're revolving. Also, I saw the news stations, they're revolving everything around this game from yesterday. It's kind of sickening because, you know what, you know how many, you know how it's sickening to know that they're revolving everything around a player that I think his family wants a little bit of, his family wants some peace and quiet. I don't think his family wants all the attention, but all this negative attention also gives positive attention too. I can tell you the positive here. His donation, he had a charity, I believe it was a charity, it was a toy. He had a toy drive. I believe, a GoFundMe toy drive for kids. The Buffalo Bills player that had cardiac arrest yesterday, he had, I think it was a charity or something like that. His charity last night got $1 million in money that was coming in from people around the world. When I woke up this morning, it was $2 million into this charity that this man has built up and started. He was going to kids and giving them toys. And you know what? This is the type of charities I enjoy. When I tell you guys I hate charities, it's because I know that there's not a person that goes out there. Now, this player, which the one that we're talking about yesterday, his player actually goes to the hospitals and he does give the toys to the kids. So that is a charity that I appreciate. And I have told many of you before, if I wanted to do a charity, I want to be there. I want to go to the places. This is the way to do it. Not to be asking at grocery stores and knowing that that money is not going nowhere to any of the kids. So this morning I woke up and that charity has $2 million in the change, in the bank. You know what it is? $2 million? That is insane. I think the goal was not even $250,000 at one point. And let's be honest, $2 million? That is amazing to see America completely getting together. And guess what? As I started posting up everything on here for all of you guys, the charity went up to $3 million. And as of right now, it could even be $5 million. How beautiful is that? That is the most beautiful, most kindest thing. This is what America should be all about. This is what America should seek to be. Positive, all positive stuff. $3 million in a charity, probably right now it could be $4 million, $5 million. And I think for all of you to know that whenever there's a tragedy, there's always something really, really amazing that comes out of it. Usually always after, a couple weeks after, or even a month after. Something always happens after a huge tragedy. And I can tell you, it's always happened throughout the decades. Something positive has always happened. So what can happen to the Buffalo Bills? I can tell you there's going to probably be a story revolved around it. Maybe, just maybe, that team is going to be the Super Bowl champions of America, of the NFL. And you know what? I don't even know what to expect. Next games, are all the games this week going to be canceled for that one injury? When was any of the other games canceled? I'm not talking about yesterday's game. I'm talking about the games coming up this weekend. Is it possible that some of the players are going to try to boycott the games and not care about the leagues? All of the $1 million are going to be lost. Can you guys believe that something big can happen right now in the National Football League and also to other sports? You never know what could happen. All I know is that I'm here and I'm trying to broadcast it, this live stream, this stream for you guys. Yes, I talk about whiskeys, but I do talk about other stuff that I feel I should talk about, because nobody in the communities that I watch, like the watch community and the fragrance community and the whiskey community, ever does this. And I want to be different. I don't want to be the same. I want to be known for saying what I feel is what my opinion should be. This is not scripted. Everything that I say is completely here, front and center. And I want many people to be motivated, many people to be inspired, many people to see both sides. I want to try to be the person that really brings up something that nobody wants to bring up. And we have close to 30-something people watching. And you know what? If anybody, this is why I didn't put the super chat thing on here, because whenever somebody sends a super chat, I appreciate you guys sending super chats, but I didn't want to revolve this stream around, that I wanted to reach out to you guys and the new generation and the old generation, because you know what? The new generation has a lot of things that I can tell you. I don't think some of the 20-year-olds understand some of the things that the 30, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, even the 60-year-olds and the 70-year-olds had to go through in America. I think every couple, I think every 10 years, every decade or so, something happens, something starts changing. And I think we've already seen it already in the 90s. We got the internet, and all of a sudden, boom, boom. All of a sudden, boom, now we have cancel culture. And I'm not as hyped up as I should be, because I'm really trying to reach out to you guys, and hopefully you guys understand the words that I say. And I want to make sure that the older seniors, adults, and even the younger 20-something-year-old people that watch me, I think if you're 24, I think you're very young. And this player yesterday was 24. He's playing in the National Football League. Man, you know what it is? His family and everything. I think they should have some peace and quiet. I don't think they should have the attention that they do. But yeah, I don't know where he stands right now. If he's alive right now, it's just a bad situation for many leagues. But ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, let me see how many. I'm in the almost 2-hour mark right now. This is only me talking to you guys about certain things. You know what? I think one thing that many men should really get out of this is respect. I think respect is a big thing, you know, and if you are one of 100 people that thinks something's wrong, I don't think you should stay quiet. I don't think that you should conform with whatever it is maybe society wants you to conform to. I think that whatever opinion you have should be strong. Believe in your opinion, even if you think you're not in the same mindset as me. I think everybody should have their own opinion. There should be a balance. I don't think there should be a balance of wrong, a bigger majority of being wrong. Just like the story I told you, and just like the other things that I've been saying, and just like that analysis, that easy analysis of 100 people, 75 people thinking everything is right when it's actually wrong completely, and then the other 35 just little by little start believing in the other 75. I think as this generation starts going forward, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of new things, and I don't feel that I don't think that it's going to a good area. Ladies and gentlemen, I see each one of you. Let me see what we have here. I want to say Floral Notes. Hello, Floral Notes. Money Burner. Time to musk up everybody. Okay. Captain and Soda. I'm not going to say the other one because I do know it's Soda. James, Advisor. Thank you for being here. Boston Collector was here earlier. Dirt Diggler was here. Most of the men here. I didn't see too many women because the women, you know what? The women are very, this pissed me off too. Okay. This is another thing that pissed me off. This is what this is. Now I'm getting pissed. Now I'm getting really pissed. Okay, the society we're living in right now, the cancel culture is attacking the men. Most of the time, it's the men. Okay, what I saw yesterday was full-grown males. We're talking about alpha male status men that used to be huge icons and now are anchors or broadcasters or whatever. These men, okay, this is what pissed me off the most. And I try not to start this stream off like this. What pissed me off is that all these men, which were on TV, did not want to speak at all about anything. And guess who they let speak and completely take control of everything? Which, you know what? We're talking about, man, you got 5 fucking anchors there, and there's 2 women. And now you're a man that you want to be talking to the other men that are watching right now, and you don't want to say anything because you're scared to say something about the situation. And you know what you do? You be quiet so the woman talks. I think that right there is just, it shows that some of these men know, in fact, that if a woman talks, it's going to be a little bit more emotional and different. And I thought what pissed me off to know is that these men, they didn't want to even say anything. They did not want to say anything. Okay. And they were pointing at the woman to really say everything. Can we say that women have more emotional feelings than us men? Yes. Can we say that the women officially they have more feel? They have a more feel of their surrounding. I think so. Yes. But can we honestly say that most of the men we're watching, we had a majority of men that watch NFL? I can ask 100 women right now. I could walk out of this door. I could go in the streets, and you can ask 100 women, and you know how many? A small amount, maybe a handful of women were watching the football game. Okay, Monday Night Football. So if I want to see a man on TV getting paid the fucking money that they're getting paid, I should hope to God that they're reaching out to a young athlete, a young football player, a young baseball player. And a man is a man is a very much a big role into a young man. Okay, like a young baseball player, a young football player. Most of them, they listen a lot more to. I'm going to say this. They listen a lot more to a coach that's a man. Okay. They're usually, this is why it's always like this. This is why the women basketball teams are coached most of the times in the small leagues by the women coaches, because they listen to, they listen to the woman, and usually they feel connected. Most of the kids, they usually have all the time. I've never seen it other way. In the 90s, in the 80s, even now, I have always seen a young Pee-wee team or a young juvenile team that has a coach that's always a male leader, a male role model, a male icon, a male coach, a male anything. It's just, come on, man. If you see a lot of men watching, you have to say something. And I never saw any anchor step up and really say what they needed to say. All of them were stepping back. And I thought that was disgraceful. And this is where we're going right now. That's what really fucking pissed me off yesterday. And I had to leave it to the end of the show because it's only wrong. It's only wrong not to say it. Not to say it. What I felt, that pissed me off yesterday. And then the tweets, like, oh, man. But anyways, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you this. I did see a couple comments here, and Dirt Diggler. I think the couple of super chats that I got were from Dirt Diggler, Money Burner, and I believe it was who else was it that sent it? I forgot earlier. I was so in the moment, my man. I was so in the moment. You have no idea. Money Burner has sent one earlier, and then I had Dirt Diggler send one earlier too. Anoush. I had Anoush send a super chat earlier. Dirt Diggler was one of the big ones. $5. Mathis, one of the guys in the watch community. And you know what? I will say this. Anoush, you can ask whatever you want. I'm gonna highlight this comment right here. I'm gonna see what it says. Dirt Diggler is one of the ones that sends the super chat. I just wanna tune out to my thoughts because I have 100 thoughts. He goes over here. I have a daughter and I got some insight on today's cancel culture. You know what, Dirt Diggler, I do believe that I do want to hear you, but you know what, I will say that women that are young are completely different than back in the days. You know what, I had actually, when I was very, very young, I'm gonna tell you this right now. In one of my baseball teams, when I was I'm talking about very, very young. I can't even tell you how young I was. All I know is that I was hitting bombs every fucking game because the home run wasn't as far as it's supposed to be. Every game, I had racked up, I think, 30-something home runs. I was counting them. I remember this. And I remember everybody knew me for being that kid that hit the home runs. Was I ever chubby? No, I was never chubby. I was really very talented. But Dirt Diggler, I can tell you, and this is crazy. Okay, my team, I had one girl in my team. Okay, and that girl was amazing. She would play fucking second base. She would play shortstop. You know what it is to play shortstop? That girl was amazing. Okay, fucking amazing. That's what you call tomboy. But she was amazing, and it was, it was accepted. It was accepted back then. Can I accept that now? As a kid, yes. As a kid, if there's a girl in my son's team, and she's very competitive, and it's okay with everybody in the league, and she's a young girl, and I say it's okay. I don't say it's wrong. Now, as an adult, come on now. As an adult, let's fucking be here. Let's be here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be honest with each other, and don't fucking start thinking of all the other 75 people. This is why I'm doing this stream. Okay, as an adult, okay, women cannot get the muscles as a man. As an adult, okay, I did not say as a kid. Now I'm saying as an adult. As an adult, a male athlete can officially grow more muscles than a woman or a female or anybody that's genetically born as a female. Okay, and we're gonna be completely honest with all of us. Okay, we're all gonna be honest here. Let's not fucking all titter tatter here. Okay, let's not all titter tatter here. Okay, there's a reason why there's a basketball team with adult women in the women NBA. Okay, there's a reason why the NBA is full of men. Okay, so all the bullshit aside, as a kid, it's okay. Can you say as an adult, is it okay? No, because as a kid, you can't really grow the muscles as you would as an adult. Okay, you can't completely have the mentality as an adult. Okay, so for the people actually watching right now and starting to think, this whole cancel culture is for real. Yes, it's for real. People are completely worried to speak about this subject. I don't think is a subject that makes, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to fucking go to school, okay, to know that there's a fucking guy over there that fucking throws liners, okay? The man is throwing fucking, liners, straight lines. Can that woman do the same thing? No, she doesn't have the muscles as that other man. Okay, now it doesn't, I'm not gonna say that there's women out there that aren't as good of athletes as certain men. Yeah, of course. There's going to be women soccer players that are better than some straight dookie soccer players, but that's talent. That is talent. That has nothing to do with the physical ability of what Mother Nature, of what God gave you to have these genetic genes as to be a man, as to be a woman. There's two different ball games there. Okay, there's no way if I duplicated myself, okay, if I duplicated myself to a lot of players, and if I duplicated myself, let me not even talk about this. Nobody's going to understand what I'm about to say. So let me just not even say that. But for the people watching, man, somebody here said Jordan Peterson. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Jordan Peterson is. I don't even know who Wes Watson is. Captain over here says I don't even know who Wes Watson is. Okay. I do know, because you guys all been telling me who the fuck Andrew Tate is. I do know who that is. I finally looked that up when you guys all were telling me this when I got onto the social media. And you know what? I can tell you that man, he was running certain things, and that's just it. They're trying to find some facts about it. That's what I was reading up on. But I'm not going to go into that because that's a different stream. Today we're talking about what is on the damn fucking thumbnail, because I ain't fucking around, man. I put a thumbnail to tell you guys what I think, and we're finally at the 2-hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to do a 2-hour live stream. We have 30-something people watching, and you know what? I do tell you, I do cup check people, and I have cup checked a lot of people in the fragrance community. Do I want to cup check everybody? I want to cup check everybody, but there's certain people that don't deserve the cup check because sometimes they're just fucking cup checking themselves. Okay, just like certain individuals that have been doing it in the last couple of weeks, that have been cup checking themselves all day. It's like they're walking around just hitting themselves, boom, 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 in the fucking nuts. And some person like me doesn't have to do anything. They're just gonna do it themselves. So for the people in the fragrance community, I will tell you guys this. Okay, some of you have noticed me, and I appreciate the fact that I'm in the conversation of any type of conversation at all that you guys talk about in the fragrance community. The whiskey community has also noticed that I do other shows that aren't just whiskey, and then the watch community, most of them, a lot of them are very competitive with each other, and that's just a different community, completely different. But we have James here, and we have a couple other people that were here from the watch community. But you know what? I will tell you, for the people that don't know what the fuck is going on, you're gonna have to rewind all the way to the beginning of the show. I try not to give you too much all in one. I think 2 hours, dude. I think 2 hours is fucking. I think 2 hours isn't enough to tell you guys what I think. And I didn't sleep well last night. For all of you wondering, I did not sleep well last night because I had a lot of thoughts in my head. I just couldn't believe the fact that, you know what, it's just, there's so many tweets being put out there about certain individuals. There's even, I saw one this morning of Kim Kardashian. I don't even follow Kim Kardashian. I don't even know why it's in my fucking page. But there was a thing that she had put the dogs in the garage. You know how big her garage is? Her garage is bigger than some of your fucking houses. And then you have certain people trying to cancel her, and I don't even know what it's about. All I know is that garage is fucking huge. Somebody in Miami could pay $4,000 just to live in that garage. So, I mean, I don't even know what the fuck. The society we're living in 2023, what are we doing? Well, not me, but some of the people out there. What are these people doing? Why are they trying to build a bully type of a group called cancel culture? I think that is not the way. Okay, I think that is just completely wrong. Okay, we want to see every guy in America be the best hero they could be. Okay, we want to see every team in America be amazing. We want to see all the strong icons to be even stronger here in America. We want to be number one for everything. We want to be gold for everything. We strive to be the best. Well, we used to strive to be the best here in America. We always talk about being the best. Also, there's other countries that always do the same thing. They strive to be the best at football. They strive to be the best at cricket. They strive to be the best at volleyball, whatever it is, whatever sport, whatever thing that they do. The best artists out there, the best perfumers, the best painters, the best everything. There's all type of people around the world. Why is it that this cancel culture is canceling everything that is looking strong? If there's something that is strong, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, why is it that they try to cancel a person like that? Why is it that they don't allow other people? You know why it is? It's because all of those people are gathered together and they're getting more people together. And peer pressure is a hell of a thing. And this is what I've told the fragrance community, and it just keeps on going. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I'm going to officially say, I'm going to end the stream right now. Okay, I'm going to end the stream right now. For all of you watching, I hope you understood a little bit of what I had to say. If you didn't understand anything, you might have to go back, rewind it. If I said something completely wrong, maybe you can ask me again. But I can tell you, I don't tend to show up to streams when there's certain people that it's pointless. Let's just put it that way. If it's pointless, why would I show up to a stream? Certain people, you can't make them open-minded. Certain people, you can't take out the hands from their ears. There's certain people that you just cannot really tell them and be like, you know what, you're doing it wrong. They'll never understand till there's something that just happens, like really, really horrible, just like what the NFL happened. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the commissioner back in, what was it, the president assassination, they kept on playing the game. And, that commissioner regrets keeping the games active, keeping the games going. And I think that was horrible. I think that was in, 1960 something. The president of the United States, he got assassinated, and they kept on with the games. So you know what? I think people learn, but do they learn? Because right now, what we're seeing is beyond me. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed everything I really put out there for you guys. And today wasn't even about whiskey. It wasn't even about fragrances. It wasn't about anything but you guys and what I saw and the whole thing from yesterday. And yes, I haven't even asked for a super chat, and I do know that many people were sending super chats. I'm not here to beg. I'm not here to ask people for money when I'm here trying to make a statement, okay? And my statement is going to be worth a lot, and I feel that my statement is big. I think it's worth it's worth so much. It is worth so much, and I'm glad that I'm here with each and every one of you, even though we don't have 1,000 people watching, even though we don't have 5,000 people watching, even though we don't have fucking 1 million people watching. I know that I got through with somebody here. I know that I was able to reach out to somebody. I don't care how old you are. You could be 60. You could be 40. You could be 26. You could be 38. You could be 39, 31, 30. As long as I reached out to a woman, as long as I reached out to a man, that is all that matters. And I hope you really enjoyed the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end the stream now. I hope you enjoyed everything I said. And you know what? You never know what's going to come out of my mouth next. I might say something crazy tomorrow. You never know. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this. Please, if you can, hit the thumbs up button. And I will see you all on the next one. See you all later. The Reaper's out. I'll see you guys. See you.